Seniors, top 7 foods that contain calcium more than milk. Get stronger bones. Let me ask you something. Have you been told, over and over, that milk is the best thing you can do for your bones? That a glass a day keeps the fractures away? Well, today, we're about to shake that glass a little. Because while milk does contain calcium, it's far from the only, or even the best way to protect your bones as you age. In fact, many seniors are unknowingly drinking milk every day and still watching their bones weaken. Just like Mary, a 68-year-old retired teacher we spoke with recently, who said, "I've been drinking milk faithfully every day for years, but I still fractured my wrist just stepping off the porch." So what's going on? The truth is, calcium absorption is more complicated than we've been told, and as we get older, our ability to absorb it drops dramatically. But here's the good news. There are 7 everyday foods, many already sitting in your kitchen, that contain more calcium than milk. And what's more, they're easier to digest, better absorbed, and often come with bonus nutrients your bones desperately need. Whether you're lactose intolerant, vegan, or just tired of being told that milk is your only option, this video is for you. So grab a warm drink, get comfy, and prepare to discover 7 surprising foods that could help you walk stronger, stand taller, and feel more stable than ever, naturally. And before we jump in, tell me in the comments, do you rely on milk for your calcium? Or have you already tried other sources? Let's open the fridge and your mind. Food number 1, chia seeds, the tiny giants for bone strength. Let's kick off with a seed so small, you might miss it in your grocery cart. But don't let size fool you, because chia seeds are one of the most powerful bone builders in your pantry. Just 2 tablespoons of chia seeds pack nearly 180 milligrams of calcium. That's more than the calcium in half a glass of milk. But here's the part most people miss. Calcium is only the beginning. Chia seeds also come loaded with magnesium, phosphorus, plant-based protein, omega-3 fatty acids, and fiber, all of which play a direct role in bone density, joint flexibility, and cellular repair. This makes chia seeds not just a calcium source, but a complete bone health superfood for seniors. And guess what? Because they're completely plant-based and gentle on the stomach, chia seeds are ideal for older adults who may have lactose intolerance, digestive issues, or trouble swallowing pills. But don't just take our word for it. Meet Alan, a 72-year-old It's Better Health subscriber from Michigan. After watching your last video, I started adding chia seeds into my breakfast routine, just a couple teaspoons in my yogurt. At my next checkup, my doctor said my bone density had improved for the first time in years. Was it all because of chia seeds? Maybe not entirely, but it sure didn't hurt, and it's a change anyone can make. How to use it? Chia seeds are incredibly easy to use. Make overnight chia pudding. Mix 2 teaspoons of chia seeds with 1 cup of unsweetened almond milk, a touch of cinnamon, and a few berries. Let it sit in the fridge overnight and enjoy a creamy, calcium-rich breakfast in the morning. Sprinkle on salads, oatmeal, or smoothies. They'll add texture, nutrients, and an invisible upgrade to your bone health. Mix into soups or even your water. They expand and gel, helping with hydration and digestion too. But here's a pro tip. Soak them before eating. Why? Because soaking activates enzymes and improves nutrient absorption, especially important as your digestion naturally slows with age. And one more thing, chia seeds are not just good for bones. Their high fiber content helps with gut health, cholesterol, and blood sugar regulation, which means better energy and fewer falls from fatigue or dizziness. Ready to go from tiny to mighty? Then sprinkle those seeds with purpose, because with every spoonful, you're feeding not just your bones, but your future independence. Next up, we'll look at a food that's already in most kitchen cabinets. Crunchy, familiar, and surprisingly powerful for your skeleton. Let's talk about almonds. Food number 2. Almonds, the crunch that builds your bones. Let's talk about one of the most underrated snacks in your kitchen, almonds. Crunchy, nutty, satisfying. But did you know that behind their delicious taste lies a bone-building powerhouse? Just 100 grams of almonds provide about 260 milligrams of calcium, more than double what you'd get in a slice of cheese, and a significant boost toward your daily calcium goal. But calcium is just one piece of the story. Almonds are also rich in magnesium, and that's a critical detail. Why? Because calcium can't do its job alone. Magnesium is the mineral that helps shuttle calcium into your bones, instead of letting it settle into your arteries. In other words, magnesium makes calcium safer and more effective. And guess what? Almonds provide both in the perfect natural ratio. Let's go even deeper. Almonds also contain vitamin E, a powerful antioxidant that protects cells and slows bone degradation. Healthy fats, which reduce inflammation, lubricate joints, and support heart health. Plant protein, essential for maintaining muscle mass and overall mobility. That's why almonds aren't just a snack. They're a full-body renewal strategy, especially for seniors facing bone loss and muscle decline. Need proof? Let me tell you about Judy, a 65-year-old viewer from Oregon. I used to grab a cookie every afternoon, but after learning about almonds from your channel, I replaced it with a handful of raw almonds. Not only do I feel more energized, but my nails are stronger, and my doctor said my bone markers are finally improving. That's the power of one daily habit, done right. How to use it? You don't need a complicated recipe to enjoy the benefits of almonds. Keep a small jar on the kitchen counter. Easy to reach, easy to remember. Mix them into Greek yogurt, salads, or morning oatmeal. Spread almond butter on whole grain toast with banana slices. Or make your own almond milk to enjoy in smoothies or tea. Worried about calories? A small handful, around 10 to 15 almonds, is enough to give your bones a serious boost without overdoing it. Important tip: avoid salted or roasted in oil almonds. Go for raw or dry roasted to preserve nutrients and avoid excess sodium, which can actually leach calcium from your body. And one last bonus: almonds help regulate blood sugar. That means more stable energy, fewer sugar crashes, and a brain that stays sharper longer. So next time you're reaching for a snack, skip the cookies and chips. Instead, crunch your way to stronger bones, one almond at a time. Now, coming up next is a seed so small you probably never thought twice about it. But it has 4 times more calcium than milk. Let's talk about sesame seeds. Food number 3. Sesame seeds, the ancient secret for bone strength. Sometimes, the smallest foods hold the biggest power, and sesame seeds are the perfect example. You've probably seen them sprinkled on hamburger buns, sushi rolls, or flatbreads. But don't let their tiny size fool you. Because just 100 grams of sesame seeds pack in a jaw-dropping 1,000 milligrams of calcium. That's nearly 4 times more than a glass of milk. Yes, 4 times. And we're only getting started. Sesame seeds are also rich in zinc, which supports bone regeneration and helps repair microfractures, especially after falls. Phosphorus and magnesium, essential for maintaining bone integrity and helping calcium do its job. Healthy fats, which reduce inflammation and support joint mobility, especially critical as we age. But what makes sesame seeds extraordinary for seniors is how bioavailable and versatile they are. That means they're not only rich in nutrients, but your body can actually absorb and use those nutrients efficiently. Take tahini, for example, a creamy sesame paste used in Middle Eastern cooking. It's delicious, easy to spread, and an effortless way to boost your calcium intake without any dairy. Let me tell you a story. I once visited a friend in Lebanon whose 82-year-old father still walked several miles every day. No cane, no assistance. His morning ritual? A piece of flatbread with tahini and olive oil. Simple, traditional, powerful. His secret? It keeps my legs strong and my joints moving. Now science is starting to agree. In a 2021 study from the Journal of Nutrition in the Elderly, seniors who regularly consumed sesame-based foods showed better bone density and joint flexibility compared to those who didn't. How to use it? Sprinkle sesame seeds on salads, soups, or roasted vegetables. Mix tahini into yogurt, smoothies, or whole grain bowls. Use tahini as a healthy spread for toast, or blend it with garlic and lemon to make a delicious bone-building dressing. Bake sesame into homemade crackers or muffins for a crunchy snack that loves your bones. And here's a powerful bonus. Sesame seeds are also rich in lignans, compounds that help regulate hormones, especially helpful for postmenopausal women who face faster calcium loss. Quick caution. Sesame seeds are high in oxalates, which may slightly reduce calcium absorption. But if you balance them with magnesium-rich greens or vitamin D-rich foods, their benefits far outweigh the drawbacks. The takeaway? Never underestimate the power of a sprinkle. 1 tablespoon here, 1 dressing there, and over time, you're giving your bones a steady stream of the minerals they need to stay dense, resilient, and fracture-resistant. Up next, we dive into the ocean to meet one of the most surprising calcium-rich foods you can find. Sardines. Yes, with the bones. And here's why. Food number 4. Sardines. Nature's calcium capsule, bones and all. If you think sardines are just salty little fish in a can, think again. Because when it comes to bone health after 60, sardines are one of nature's most underrated superfoods, especially when you eat them with the bones. Yes, the bones. They're soft, edible, and packed with highly absorbable calcium, delivering up to 380 milligrams of calcium per 100 grams right into your system. And unlike many supplements or processed foods, sardines come with the full package. Vitamin D, crucial for helping your body absorb calcium properly. Omega-3 fatty acids, powerful anti-inflammatory compounds that protect your joints, heart, and brain. High-quality protein, to maintain muscle mass and prevent frailty syndrome. Think of it this way. Milk gives you calcium, but sardines give you calcium plus vitamin D plus anti-inflammatories plus protein, all in one natural bite. Let me share a quick story. Joe, a retired construction worker in his 70s, used to turn his nose up at sardines. Too fishy, he said. But after his cardiologist recommended them for heart health, he gave them a try, mashed with mustard and lemon on rye toast. After 3 months, not only did his cholesterol improve, but his bone scans showed no further density loss, the first time in years. And there's a reason for that. Most people don't realize this, but without enough vitamin D, your body can't properly absorb calcium, which means even a perfect diet may fail your bones. Sardines solve that problem naturally. How to use sardines without gagging. Mash with avocado and lemon for a creamy, savory spread. Top whole grain toast with sardines, mustard, and thin cucumber slices. Mix into pasta sauce, especially tomato-based ones, for a Mediterranean-style calcium boost. Toss into a salad with olives, greens, and vinaigrette, or simply squeeze lemon juice over them and eat with whole grain crackers. And don't worry, these tiny bones aren't just safe, they're actually the best part for your skeleton. Bonus benefit, sardines are also rich in coenzyme Q10, a powerful antioxidant that supports cellular energy and may even protect against cognitive decline. Pro tip, if you're on a low-sodium diet, look for low-salt or water-packed sardines. And always choose wild-caught varieties when possible for the cleanest nutrient profile. The bottom line? Sardines are nature's multivitamin for your bones. No pills, no powders, just whole food nutrition in one small package. Up next, we'll explore a calcium-rich food that's completely plant-based, ultra-versatile, and perfect for anyone avoiding dairy. Tofu, when made the right way, it can rival milk in calcium and outshine it in heart health. Food number 5, tofu, the plant-based powerhouse for your bones. Tofu might not look like much. It's soft, pale, and doesn't have much flavor on its own. But don't let appearances fool you. When it comes to bone health after 60, tofu, specifically calcium-set tofu, is one of the most powerful plant-based sources of calcium available today. And here's the key: not all tofu is created equal. The secret lies in how it's made. Tofu that's set with calcium sulfate, often labeled as calcium-set or firm tofu, can contain up to 350 milligrams of calcium per 100 grams. That's roughly the same as a glass of milk, but without the saturated fat, cholesterol, or digestive issues that many seniors experience with dairy. Carol, a retired nurse in her 60s, made the switch to tofu after being told her cholesterol was creeping up. "I never imagined I'd enjoy it," she laughed, "but now I crave it." Her doctor noted improvements in both her bone density and lipid levels after just a few months. Tofu isn't just rich in calcium. It also offers high-quality plant protein, essential for maintaining lean muscle mass and preventing frailty. Magnesium, a critical co-nutrient that helps shuttle calcium into bones. Iron and phosphorus, to support bone matrix strength. Isoflavones, plant compounds shown in studies to improve bone mineral density, especially in postmenopausal women. Why it's ideal for seniors. Tofu is gentle on the stomach, naturally cholesterol-free, and incredibly versatile. Whether you're vegetarian, lactose intolerant, or simply looking to cut back on animal products, tofu fits right in. How to use tofu and actually enjoy it. Stir fry with broccoli and garlic for a calcium-boosting dinner. Bake tofu cubes with olive oil and herbs for a crispy, satisfying snack. Blend into smoothies for a creamy, protein-packed texture. Mash with turmeric, onion, and pepper to make scrambled tofu for breakfast. Add to soups, stews, or curries for a soft, nutrient-dense protein source. The beauty of tofu? It absorbs the flavor of whatever you cook it with, meaning you can make it savory, spicy, sweet, or zesty, depending on your mood. Brain bonus: tofu is also rich in lecithin, a nutrient that supports nerve signaling and memory, making it a win for both your bones and brain. Avoid this mistake. Many people buy silken tofu or dessert tofu, which contains far less calcium and protein. Look for firm or extra firm tofu that's labeled as calcium set for the best results. Tofu isn't just a meat substitute. It's a bone-building superfood that can help you stay strong, independent, and energized well into your 70s and beyond. Food number 6, kale versus collard greens, the leafy green showdown for stronger bones. Let's be honest, leafy greens don't always get the love they deserve. They're not flashy, they're not trendy, but when it comes to building and maintaining bone strength after 60, kale and collard greens are unsung heroes hiding in your grocery store's produce aisle. The question is, which one is better? Let's break it down. Kale contains about 150 milligrams of calcium per 100 grams. But its real superpower is bioavailability, meaning your body absorbs that calcium more efficiently than from many other vegetables. Plus, kale is packed with vitamin K, a nutrient critical for binding calcium to bone tissue. On the other hand, collard greens offer up to 230 milligrams of calcium per 100 grams, plus generous doses of vitamins A, C, and K. And here's the kicker. Unlike spinach, both kale and collards are low in oxalates, which means they don't block calcium absorption like some other greens do. So when it comes to bone density, both are champions, just in different ways. Let me tell you about James, a 73-year-old retired schoolteacher and passionate gardener from North Carolina. Every morning, James would head out back to tend his collard patch. He ate them sautéed with garlic and olive oil nearly every day. When his doctor reviewed his bone scans during his annual checkup, James had the density of someone 15 years younger. He just chuckled and said, "Must be the greens. Why are these greens so powerful?" Vitamin K, essential for bone-building proteins to do their job. Vitamin C helps produce collagen, the glue that holds your bone matrix together. Magnesium enhances calcium absorption and strengthens the skeletal structure. Phytonutrients reduce inflammation that can accelerate bone breakdown. How to use kale and collards in your daily meals. Toss raw kale into smoothies or massage with lemon juice and olive oil for a refreshing salad. Lightly sauté collard greens with garlic, onion, and olive oil for a hearty side dish. Add both to soups or stews. They hold up beautifully and bring texture, flavor, and nutrients. Blend cooked collards into hummus or dips for a savory spread that surprises everyone. Pro tip: to unlock the calcium and fat-soluble vitamins in kale and collard greens, pair them with a healthy fat, like olive oil, avocado, or tahini. Can't decide which one to eat? Don't. Rotate both into your meals throughout the week. They complement each other beautifully. Kale works great raw or in smoothies, while collards shine in warm, cooked dishes. Science-backed bonus. A 2020 study published in Nutrients found that regular consumption of low-oxalate leafy greens like kale and collards was associated with higher bone mineral density in postmenopausal women, a critical population at risk for osteoporosis. So whether you're filling your plate with kale chips or a side of garlicky collards, you're doing your bones a tremendous favor. Next up, we're heading into whole grain territory, where one humble pantry staple could quietly transform your calcium intake. Food number 7. Whole grains, the overlooked ally for aging bones. When you think of calcium, whole grains probably aren't the first food that comes to mind. They're more often praised for fiber, blood sugar control, and heart health. But here's the surprise. Whole grains are a silent powerhouse when it comes to supporting your bones, not because they're loaded with calcium, but because they deliver the cofactors your body desperately needs to absorb and use calcium effectively. And as you age, that makes all the difference. Why whole grains matter for bone health. Whole grains like quinoa, oats, brown rice, amaranth, and whole wheat offer. Magnesium helps activate vitamin D and supports calcium absorption. Phosphorus, key to building the mineral matrix in bones. B vitamins, especially B6 and folate, which assist in calcium metabolism. Resistant starch improves gut health, where nutrient absorption begins. It's like this. Calcium is the bricks that build strong bones, but magnesium, phosphorus, and B vitamins are the mortar and construction crew that put those bricks into place. Without them, you're just piling up material your body can't fully use. Linda, 69, from Wisconsin, thought she was doing everything right. She took a daily calcium supplement, drank fortified almond milk, and added leafy greens to her meals. But her bone scans weren't improving. Her doctor asked a simple question: "What are you eating for fiber and grains?" Turns out, she was eating mostly white bread and refined carbs. Once she switched to steel-cut oats, quinoa bowls, and whole grain pasta, paired with calcium-rich foods, her neck skin showed progress. "I didn't realize how much my gut health and bones were connected," she said. Easy ways to add whole grains to your day. Start your morning with steel-cut oats topped with chia seeds and sliced almonds. Swap white rice for quinoa or brown rice at lunch or dinner. Add bulgur or farro to salads for texture, fiber, and bone-supporting nutrients. Try whole grain sourdough or sprouted bread instead of refined flour breads. For dessert, bake with whole wheat flour and natural sweeteners like mashed banana or applesauce. Pro tip: soak or sprout your grains before cooking. This reduces phytic acid, a compound that can bind to calcium and reduce absorption, especially in older adults with slower digestion. The gut-bone axis, what the science says. Recent studies in Frontiers in Endocrinology show that healthy gut bacteria play a crucial role in regulating bone mass. And what do those bacteria feed on? Fiber from whole grains. When your gut is thriving, your body can better absorb minerals like calcium, magnesium, and zinc, all of which are foundational to strong bones. So yes, adding whole grains isn't just about avoiding constipation. It's about creating the ideal environment for your bones to thrive. Let's recap. Whole grains might not have as much calcium as sardines or chia seeds, but they're the key that unlocks the door to better calcium absorption and utilization. They're the missing link in many bone health diets. So if you're eating calcium-rich foods but not seeing results, it might be time to look at your grains. A bowl of oats, a spoonful of quinoa, or a hearty slice of whole wheat bread could quietly be the bone builder you didn't know you needed. Bonus section: How to absorb calcium better after 60. Eating calcium-rich foods is a great start. But here's the truth most people over 60 never hear. It's not just about how much calcium you eat. It's about how much your body can actually use. And unfortunately, your natural ability to absorb calcium drops with age. That's why seniors often experience bone loss even with enough calcium in their diets. The good news? You can boost your calcium absorption naturally with a few smart additions and simple changes. Let's walk through them. Number 1. Team up with vitamin D, calcium's best friend. Calcium can't get into your bones without help, and vitamin D is the helper. Think of vitamin D as the key that unlocks the calcium door. Without it, calcium may just sit in your gut and eventually get flushed out. Best sources of vitamin D. Early morning sun, 15 to 20 minutes a day on skin. Fatty fish, like sardines and salmon. Egg yolks. Fortified foods, like fortified oat milk or orange juice. Supplements. If blood levels are low, ask your doctor. Pro tip: try pairing calcium-rich meals with a vitamin D source. For example, sardines on whole grain toast, a powerful bone combo. Number 2. Magnesium, the underrated mineral that activates it all. Even if you eat enough calcium and vitamin D, you still need magnesium to turn on the whole process. Magnesium helps convert vitamin D into its active form, so your bones can use calcium properly. Without enough magnesium, calcium may go to the wrong places, like your arteries. Magnesium-rich foods. Pumpkin seeds. Spinach. Black beans. Avocados. Whole grains. Dark chocolate, in moderation. Try this combo: oatmeal, whole grain plus magnesium, topped with chia seeds, calcium, and blueberries, antioxidants. Number 3. Vitamin K2, the forgotten key to bone strength. Here's a nutrient most people have never heard of, but it might be the missing link in your bone health. Vitamin K2 tells your body: send calcium to the bones. Keep it out of the arteries. That's crucial, because calcium in the wrong places can do more harm than good. Sources of vitamin K2. Egg yolks. Hard cheeses, like Gouda, Brie, or cheddar. Fermented foods, like natto, sauerkraut, kefir. Grass-fed butter. Add a slice of aged cheese to your salad, and you've got a tasty way to protect your bones and heart. Number 4. Watch out for the calcium blockers. Certain foods and habits can make it harder for your body to use the calcium you're eating. Here are 3 common culprits. Too much salt causes calcium to be excreted in urine. Caffeine overload, too much coffee or tea, over 3 cups a day, can reduce calcium absorption. High oxalate foods, in large amounts. Spinach, beet greens, and rhubarb contain compounds that bind calcium, making it harder to absorb. You don't have to avoid these completely. Just balance your meals and avoid pairing high oxalate foods with your main calcium sources. Number 5. Keep your gut healthy. Last but not least, calcium absorption starts in your gut. A healthy digestive system allows your body to absorb minerals more efficiently, and the best way to support it is with fiber-rich, whole plant foods and fermented foods. Add prebiotics, onions, garlic, leeks. Include probiotics, yogurt, kefir, kimchi. Drink water regularly. Move your body. Even gentle walking helps digestion. Conclusion: your stronger bones begin today, one bite at a time. By now, you've learned something powerful. Milk is not your only ally. Your body, especially after 60, may actually absorb calcium better from other foods. Chia seeds, almonds, sesame, sardines, tofu, collard greens, even whole grains. These aren't just trendy health foods. They are nature's way of helping you stand strong, move freely, and live confidently, even as your birthdays add up. But here's the most important takeaway. It's not about eating one magic food. It's about building a daily pattern of support, where calcium is absorbed, guided, and used wisely by your body. This is how seniors like Mary, Judy, Carol, and James stopped feeling fragile and started feeling in control again. Your next step: the 7-Day Bone Strength Challenge. Starting today, we invite you to pick just one of these powerful foods and include it in your day. Day 1. Sprinkle chia seeds into your yogurt. Day 2. Snack on almonds instead of cookies. Day 3. Add sesame to your veggies or toast. Day 4. Try sardines on crackers or in pasta. Day 5. Stir-fry tofu with garlic and greens. Day 6. Make a kale or collard green salad. Day 7. Build your own Bone Boost plate. And while you're at it, notice how you feel. Stronger? More energized? Sleeping better? Then tell us in the comments below. What surprised you the most? What will you keep doing? Because when you share, you don't just strengthen your bones. You might just strengthen someone else's life too. If this video empowered you, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to It's Better Health, and tap the bell so you never miss a tip to stay strong, sharp, and independent after 60. Until next time, remember, your bones carry your life. Treat them with care, and they'll carry you wherever you dream to go. Stay curious, stay kind, and stay strong. See you in the next one.